fight,
football,
and anything else.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Mike. How you doing, Dave?
I'm better than most, not as good as some. However, how are you?
Actually, there's somebody out there. Can you hear us? Because neither one of us could hear our theme song, so we don't know if that played or not. But can anybody hear us? We seem to have a picture, which is always a good start. So let us know if you can hear us as I reach for the first tasting.
Crazy. I mean, it seems like, that was new and different. You know, when you're putting on, a podcast, some entertainment to reach the masses, there's always something going to come up, Mike. A lot of moving parts.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
So, well, you know what? Hey, for 300 episodes, 290 episodes, it was podcast format only, and we just talked to ourselves. So,
right.
If that's the case tonight.
Yeah.
So be it.
So be it.
But without further ado, first tasting, Fuzzy Logic Hazy IPA from Bottle Logic Brewing, a microbrewery in Anaheim, California. 7.1 ABV, 20 IBU. Yes, I can hear you. Chuck has spoken. So,
thank you, Chuck.
Eric, when you listen, you have not been replaced. Tweaks Corner has not been replaced, which, by the way, new Tweaks Corner album coming out in August. And I asked him, is there going to be a potential track on that new album to replace the Odyssey as the intro outro? And I don't know if he responded back or not. But
gotcha.
So, Eric, we have not already shit-canned Odyssey. We don't know if you heard it or not. We had no sound on our end, even though we saw the picture and thus the generic intro on our part. But anyway, so Fuzzy Logic, 7.120. It is a peach IPA.
All right.
We're going out of the Tenacity Brewing glass, which is a brewery in Flint, Michigan.
What's
nice little setup they have there?
You're a better music person than I am. Millions of peaches for me. Something presidents. It was there.
Okay, so all right, maybe we just couldn't hear it.
Yeah. All right.
I know what song you're talking about, but I don't know who sings it.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, I was a little nervous about this because I'm not a huge peach fan.
Right.
There are notes of peach, but it doesn't overwhelm you.
No,
and
correct.
Like, it's not like a fuzzy navel.
Right. It's not super sweet.
So,
yeah.
All right, little switch up. Thanks, Marcus, for filling in last week. Excellent on the World Cup.
Thank you, sir.
Take.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first of all, shout out to our NOTD correspondent, Mr. Jake Danielewski. He fed me, so I kept those people intact for this week because I didn't tell him to send to you because I didn't tell him that Liz and I were going to Sammy. So therefore, he kept sending to me. So I don't think those people should be ruled out of Next One to Die.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's thinking, wait a second, are we in the third tasting already? I didn't want it to get too sloppy. So, Jake, thank you very much for all your hard work.
Yes, thank you.
A lot of people going into 340, going into 341 have passed away. But I'm going to mix it up just a little bit because it is our podcast.
It is.
Number 3 on the list of Next One to Die, Clive Davis, 94 years old, legendary music mogul who worked with Whitney Houston and The Boss, among others. We talk a lot of music.
Oh, yeah.
He was a part of a lot of stars.
Yes, he was.
Number 2, this will be tough. All right, get it together. If you don't know me, I wear this bracelet because friends of ours' son passed away 13 years ago. And I think parents who have to bury their children are the real heroes. Anyway, the dad of this young man, Tom Isom, Saturday night went down in his basement to do something. His wife Michelle said, "Wow, geez, what is he doing down there?" Been down there a long time, and had a heart attack and didn't make it. Showing Friday at the funeral home. Saturday is the funeral. I met Tom through youth football. He was very big in youth football.
Yeah.
And so just goes to show, I mean, 58, that's younger than me. And so rest in peace, Tom. Thanks for all you did for all the kids from when Lucas and Jonathan were young and you coached through there and you stuck with the program. Thoughts and prayers, Michelle. I know she doesn't listen to this pod, but it's my own therapy here.
Yeah.
And number one, I'm going to turn it over to you, David, because you and Marcus touched on it prior to 340.
Right.
So I will let you cover number one on next one to die.
All right. So I appreciate that. And, with everything, with funeral arrangements and after services, dinners and stuff like that, my dad's not able to do any of that. I'm glad to do it. I have the time to do it. It's been really busy, but I probably thought about putting her in here, but my mom did pass on Friday morning, 1:20 a.m. And with that, clearly it's a lot different than with Tom's. 83 years old. She had a good long life. But when you're dealing with dementia and a few other things, and you watch somebody's body slowly, ever so slowly start to shut down, that's a different kind of tough, than losing somebody early and unexpected. Cause I'm not saying it's more or less, of a thing, but it's different. But yeah, she had a good life. We're going to have a memorial service, a celebration of life, celebrate all those things that she did. And, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So that's why, actually I didn't do as well as I was hoping to do, but I think if we'd have waited till the third, it might have just.
Oh, that would have been ugly. Yeah. That'd have been ugly.
Been too sloppy
Yeah.
and incoherent.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh yeah.
and that's why, Jake, keep up the hard work. I do have there was a lot of worthy contestants for the category. It is a much sought after segment. People, going above and beyond to do it. They're looking at the depth chart. Like Clint Eastwood, he's hanging on. He's in his 90s or whatever. He's hanging on. He said, well, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a first ballot entry to the next one to die. But I just don't want you to think, Jake, that we blew it off. But for personal reasons, I decided to switch it up a little bit, and we went that route.
Well, and I don't know if I even said her name. So Sydney Anna Dawson, Messner Dawson. So Mom, rest in peace. Love you.
Amen. And you and Marcus touched on it about, like, she wanted somebody there, didn't want to die alone, and you were doing this, and you kind of touched on that, and that's what. I don't know what's better, what's worse. I guess it's probably not really a better or worse question, but like,
nope.
As all the loyal listeners, viewers know that, my greatest fear is death.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody laughs at me like, oh, why? It's going to happen. No, it just is.
Yeah.
Some people.
As was my mom's.
But I wonder, my dad died. He was about to have a heart valve replacement, the same thing that Schwarzenegger had, but years before Schwarzenegger. While he was in Florida, he couldn't have it because if they did the surgery, everything else was going to shut down. And if they didn't do the surgery, his heart was going to shut down. So it was caught between a rock and a hard place. So he died with his second wife at his bedside in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Liz, Nick, and myself went to Colorado, Houston, and my mom died at I think it was Jersey Boys while she was working the theater at the Dow Event Center. So you were there, 3 nights before, 4 nights before, the week before, whatever it was. And does that make it easier, harder, or it's difficult for me because I don't honestly. There was never really any closure. It was just like, hello, yeah, mom's dead. Oh,
right.
Okay. Hello.
It's,
hey, dad's dead. Oh, okay.
No, I would think, and I don't know. I'm not a therapist or a psychologist. I think it helps with closure as long as you're okay with that. As long as you're, you've got a good, you've got a good outlook on death. That's not what I wanted to say. But in terms of, my sister, as soon as she went unconscious in the hospice, people said, this is it. Now it could be 4 hours. It could be 4 days. And being my mother, it was 4 days. I mean, she wrestled and fought and I say that she's unconscious, but you think they say they can still kind of hear you to a point. And I think that's true. Being with her as long, and we would say some things to her and maybe, and you can say whether this was a subconscious, but there would be a gurgle or there would be something, some movement or that did not take place prior to or a bit after, saying this thing to her that caused a reaction. So in any event, you got 4 days. Now my sister set up camp. She brought a blow up mattress, and she was in that room from Sunday evening to Friday morning, when she passed. Yes, obviously she went out a couple times to go to the bathroom and, and then, I spent the night for 2 nights. The first night and both nights, cause her wish was she hated being there. Some people love it there. It's a good place. Nothing bad to say against it. That was just her mentality. And she did not want to die alone in that place. So I pulled up the chair next to her bed, held her hand. And you'd be surprised, someone that's getting close, you'd think their hand would get cold or something like that. But because her oxygen level was getting so low, the heart rate jacked up for like a 48-hour period. And she was like sweating.
Oh, okay.
Unconscious. Her body was perspiring because it was so.
Liz, with her job, has done that with people that didn't have family at the nursing home, and she just held their hand and
So, so on that Friday night, I held her hand at night because if something changed, I wanted to be able to wake up,
right?
Because I couldn't, and divine intervention, or maybe if you believe that, when she was leaving, she tapped me on the shoulder because I woke up.
Yeah.
So she had about, she had about 5 or 6 good breaths left. And I was holding her hand. I was kicking my sister's, the bed. Cause she was, cause she was taking a break and sleeping over on the bed. I kicked her bed enough to wake her up, and I'm like, get over there. And so it was like, it was textbook.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, so.
Let's get to a show.
Yeah, on with the pod. Now that we brought everybody down a little bit.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Father's Day gift from Nick.
Nice.
Number one dad, number one kid.
Yeah.
You might say, what's the logic of the foam fingers? All right, well, thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, I guess there are probably some people that just go to a funeral. Hey, who died? Pop, you know,
Like Wedding Crashers?
like at Elaine stopped off for some Juji fruit before she. Of course, Jake Jarmel didn't die, and no, that wasn't Jake Jarmel. Anyway, that would be a whole nother tangent. So anyway, people might say, well, what's with the foam fingers? What's that mean? When Nick goes to stadiums, he likes to get a foam finger. I was miniature bat guy. He wants to do his own thing, which is cool.
Yeah.
And so for Father's Day, he got the number one dad, number one son.
Oh, good.
Number
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Number one kid.
Number one kid.
I said, I wonder if Justin will take umbrage with that. And he's like, that's his problem. Anyway,
He knows I'm your favorite.
what have you been watching, Dave?
All right. Getting back to finished up the pet.
Okay.
So I may have said that last week, but I was not 100%.
Actually, you didn't finish it up. You said we've been watching that, but I've talked about that enough. So
Okay. So we did finish the pit. And then, you want me to keep going? I mean, because I've said enough about it. I mean, a great show. Looking forward to a third season.
Keep going on the pit or keep going on what you've watched?
On what I've watched.
How many I've got 3. What do you got?
Well, I've got 2.5 because I'm waiting for you if you did The Boys yet.
Okay, well, let's start there because we did finish. Liz and I finished season 5 of The Boys.
Okay. So without any spoilers, because it's maybe still early for some people, what did you think?
I liked it a lot. Am I wrong? And maybe you said this when you watched like the first season or 2. Or did I read shit into it? And again, I'm not going to get political, although everybody kind of knows my political stance. Was Homelander and the 7, is that essentially mega?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's and Liz and I are looking at it as like, is this supposed to be mocking Trump? And it's like it certainly seems.
Well,
like
I don't even know. I don't know. I haven't read specifically if it's mocking them, but it's definitely mocking the far right.
Right.
Or
Correct.
or MAGA. I mean, do you know?
Yes. That's the way I.
So
took
is
it.
I don't know.
And I'm a fucking political idiot.
But
And
when
it's like-
it may actually be because was the first season after he got elected in 2016? I'm not sure. I know Trump got elected in 16, right?
Yeah, but there's only 5 seasons. I don't think there was that big of a break. I know it wasn't 5 straight.
But
years,
it didn't. But they didn't start it before he was elected, right?
No. Oh,
no.
no.
So yeah, it could very well be.
Okay, that's the way I looked at it, and it was. And I honestly don't. I asked Liz. I said, "Are you sure we finished season 4? Because like some of the stuff, like the guy that was the chicken guy in Breaking Bad, and Saul, Better Call Saul, his daughter. I don't really remember her character in season 4, where she could her like tentacles or something came out of her mouth.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what-
I do. I remember. You may not, but
Yeah,
she was in there. Yeah.
That's why I asked. Everything's shown that we played it all the way through.
I think she was only in. I think that particular scene where she got the V. That sounds like a venereal disease. where she got those powers, I think was only a two episode part of the season, and it was right at the very end.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then what's Homelander's dad's?
I'm telling you what, you need knee pads.
Yeah. It's some of the juvenile, and then even the fish guy.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy.
He came out and said, no, the fish guy. What?
Oh, the fish guy?
Yeah, the Aquaman or whatever.
yeah.
He even came out and said, everything out of your mouth is, homosexually,
Right.
and he said that's actually kind of disturbing. But it was cum bucket. It was like, yeah. So he was my favorite. He actually was my favorite.
It's not. It's certainly not for the faint of heart.
I take that back. The bearded guy that on the good non-7, that called everybody a cunt.
Oh, you mean
Butcher, the
Butcher.
Yeah,
Butcher.
He was my favorite, and then Soldier Boy was
Yeah.
second favorite.
Yeah.
All right.
For All Mankind, I finished that. And that one, I thought they were wrapping it up. It's one of those shows, again, for those of you listening right now that don't know what For All Mankind, it's on Apple TV. It was the 5th season of that as well. And it was if the space race never ended, right? Okay, I know you're wink, wink. So where would we be at? Would we be on Mars? And the show, kind of went through the 5 seasons, and yes, we would be on Mars by now. There would be a colony. Pretty good. I like the fact that it's not super sci-fi in the sense that, it's not Battlestar Galactica. It's not Star Wars. It's not Star Trek. It's, what would the tech look like if it actually progressed? But they wrapped everything all up. Nice little bow. And then they had a scene where it was like one of the older ships that they were using, the computer on that ship just spontaneously comes on. So that kind of tells you there might be a 6th season.
Well, and there's actually a spinoff or something on Apple.
Star City.
Okay, there
Yep.
you go. Because I saw that and I said to Liz, I think Dave watched the other one.
So this, For All Mankind was from the NASA perspective, the NASA U.S. government perspective. So they decided to do a spinoff from the Russian side of it. Because there are a lot of key players, a lot of key Russian actors or Russian characters in this as well. So they kind of went to that.
All right.
Yeah.
Apple Plus, Widow's Bay.
Oh, what is that?
I think you would like it because it actually has a little Stranger Things vibe to it.
Okay, yeah.
Not as sci-fi-ish
Right.
and not as related to the kids. It's more adults. I like the guy, Matthew Reyes or something like Rice, Ryhs, who played in The Americans and other things. He does a really good job in it. And it's good enough where even though that's not the typical type that I like, because you watch the first 2 episodes and you don't think it's going that way. And then episode 3, it's like, kind of like the movie From Dusk Till Dawn. I went to that with Brian Adams when we were both merchandisers, knew nothing about it, went in there, and from the start of the movie until the first vampire appeared, I had that movie rated 10 out of 10 and was probably my favorite movie of all time. When it went to vampires, I'm like, oh, fuck. And it was still entertaining, but it went from a 10 out of 10 to probably 7.9 to 8.1 range.
Okay.
That's how much I didn't. Now, for those who knew about, the Tarantino thing and what it was, because I don't think it made any qualms that it was a vampire movie. I didn't hear anything of it.
Right.
So it was like, and that's what Widow's Bay was like. The first couple episodes, like, okay, this is gonna be a good murder mystery. Yeah, who done it?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you, oh fuck. But it was watchable.
Sure.
And it is. Season 2 is coming out, but it's going to be delayed because they haven't even started shooting anything or anything.
I do have one more. I forgot to write it down, but I remembered it.
And I only have one as well, so go ahead.
Okay. Half Man on, somebody help me, HBO Max, I believe.
Half Man.
So it's a British drama. 2 brothers. One's he's an academic kid, kind of smart. The other, his half brother, is been in prison, bits of just violent.
Okay. I think I've seen the previews for that.
And so we got done with the first episode. If I were you, I would check that out. I think you might like that a lot. But we got done with the first episode, and Shelly's like, "Yeah, if you don't want to watch this again, that's okay." So that was my clue. Like, all right, she doesn't like it.
Or you can watch it by yourself.
Because I will. And not really a super spoiler because it'll be interesting if you watch it to see how it happened. But the bad brother ends up helping the other brother lose his virginity.
Oh,
It's a very interesting, very uncomfortable scene.
All right.
Yeah.
Is it more or less uncomfortable than Matthew Broderick's Biloxi Blues when he's with the prostitute And she keeps talking. He said, would you not talk so much? This doesn't even have to be memorable. I just want to get it over with.
Well, it's just, yeah, there's a lot of dialogue going on.
All right.
Yeah. And, I mean, you're rooting for the kid, kind of like, hey, this is awesome, dude. But at the same time, you're wishing the bad brother would get out of the room.
All right. And in 2 nights, 8 episodes. The last thing Liz and I watched, started it Monday, finished it Tuesday. Netflix, I Will Find You. And it's a Harlan Coben thing. He does all those series. I think Chuck knows some of the Harlan Coben. Coben. I know he's done a lot of the Paramount stuff. He might even be Yellowstone, possibly.
He didn't write it.
Yeah, strike that. But he's got a lot of, he writes books and then he turns his shit into series. Now, speaking of Yellowstone, if you thought Yellowstone was unbelievable, there's a lot of unbelievable shit in this, but it's very good.
Yeah.
Not really any name actors or actresses, but it's very entertaining. I think 2 of the 8 episodes are in the 40s. Everything else is like 34 to 37 minutes, so you can bang right
through them. Okay.
But yeah, that was good. Yeah. I Will Find You.
I Will Find You on Netflix.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
What music should people be listening to?
All right, I'm going to start with something new.
Oh, air quotes.
All right. I got to pull up the phone for this because I do have information that's pertinent, folks. All right. So, Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, the 25th anniversary by Blink-182. Released June 12th, 2026. 19 songs, 52 minutes. All right. So the reason I put this something new, and I'm like, well, wait a second. Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. That didn't have that many songs. I've listened to that album before. And the album has 13 songs on it. So I'm like, okay, are there 6 new songs or what? So I did my due diligence, folks.
Good.
And the 6 bonus songs are not new. They are rare tracks from 2001, hence the 25th anniversary of this album, that were originally tied to different CD versions. The Red Airplane, Yellow Pants, and Green Jacket editions of the original album. The 25th anniversary release marks their debut on streaming platforms and collects them all in one place. The 6 new songs are Time to Break Up, Mother's Day, What Went Wrong, Fuck a Dog, Don't Tell Me It's Over, When You Fucked Grandpa. So obviously 2 of those songs, you're just listening like, okay, well, that's why these didn't make any, because that's literally what it was. I mean, I actually blushed while You Fucked Grandpa was playing. It's like, well, okay, this is even more childish than I am.
Was that
so?
Now I'm just curious. So the lyrics on that, was that physically or was that emotionally?
No, physically.
What?
Oh yeah, It's like I said. It made me blush, and I'm like,
because it would have.
I thought I had juvenile fucking tendencies.
It would, and to my. All right, my bad. It would have said "fucked over grandpa" if it would have been like in an emotional or behavioral manner.
And to save you from asking,
yeah,
fuck a dog is literally fucking a dog.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, well, now we know why these songs. The other 4 are like, okay, those aren't bad. I don't know why they kind of kept those as hidden tracks, but
sure.
But yeah, so I didn't know there were various. So it must be like, the Sports Illustrated cover, like if you're in the Midwest, Barry Sanders is on the cover. Sports Illustrated might have been a bad example. Let's say fantasy football magazines, which I did see already at the checkouts at Meijer, which it never used to be pre-4th of July, but anyway. So like in the Midwest, you'd get Barry Sanders.
Right.
Where in the West, it might have been the exact same magazine, but Eric Dickerson was on the cover.
Right.
So they want to sell magazines, and apparently that's what they did with these 6 songs.
Okay.
And they just kind of like put them into different versions of that album.
Gotcha.
But otherwise, great listen. And I've listened to that album, the 13 songs, many times. That's my something new.
All right. My something new. Treading. God, I didn't even type it right. Or it was a automatic. It tried to fix it. Treading Whiskey. Brad Paisley, country. June 18th, 2026. 5 songs, 20 minutes. So, Brad Paisley, I don't know. You're not necessarily a country guy, but
I've heard.
You're not familiar.
If you played a couple Brad Paisley songs right now, I'd probably, if his hits, I'd be like,
yeah,
okay, I've heard that. But,
and I might be able to guess 50-50 on some of those, but listening to this 5-song album, if it should have a Surgeon General's warning on it. If you're already taking multiple antidepressants, don't listen to this thing.
Well, that's country music.
This is
usually.
So the first song is Treading Whiskey. So you can, Someone Else's Arms is the second song. The third song is Hell and Back. The fourth song, so now is called Overnight Low. I mean, it's getting pretty specific. Then on Overnight Low, so now you've listened to these 4 songs. Took my time coming home tonight. There was ice on the roads. What's the rush? Because it ain't like there's somebody waiting there at home. And then turned on the evening news, and already I just, you know what I mean? So if you got to that point, if you haven't put a shell in the chamber of your Remington, thank God somebody was smart enough. And the 5th song is called Hi-Ho Silverado.
That's a pick-me-up.
That's a pick-me-up.
Right.
That's a good country, honky-tonk pick-me-up. Cowboys and cowgirls dancing and getting it on.
There we go.
There you go.
Nothing better than that. What did Chuck said?
Oh.
If you played a couple if we play a couple Brad Paisley songs right now, Chuck's leaving. All right. Because he's only here for Inside the Ropes.
Yeah.
Which you'll be happy with that, Chuck, because that'll be short and sweet. My something old, Celebrity Skin by Hole. That's Hole. Hole. Released New Year's Day, 1998, 12 songs, 50 minutes. I have it on cassette, and the reason I bought it was the self-titled track, Celebrity Skin. Now look me over, I'm all I ever been. Da-da-da-da. And now, though it doesn't give her permission to kill Kurt Cobain, Courtney Love had some musical skills. She was it was like a Blondie meets Go-Go's, with a little bit slighter, rougher edge, and maybe even
a lot
Lizzie,
rougher.
Maybe even a little bit of Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, 25 plus years before Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm.
Right.
Because I listened to all 12 songs while walking Ruby the other day, and it was like, all right, obviously the first track, the title track, Celebrity Skin, is why I bought the cassette. Well, I probably didn't buy it. It was probably one of my Columbia House deals.
Right.
And then the more you listen, it's like, you know what? This has a nice grungy sound, but with a female vocal because, because she's a female.
she's a woman.
So, but because grunge was male oriented, male dominated.
Right. Right.
And so Hole brought a little female.
Yeah.
That's why I said it was Blondie and Go-Go's.
Yeah. Kind of angry.
Yes. But actually, great listen.
Yeah.
And if only I guess I don't need to find a place to play my cassette because I can go to Spotify.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. My something old. Now I wanted to see if Brad Paisley, because I'm not a Brad Paisley fan. I wanted to see if he was this depressing on all of his albums. So I went back to his first one. His first one is Who Needs Pictures from 1999, which really shocked me because he's been around for quite a while. 13 songs, 47 minutes. And so I'm happy to report. There's some, country, this stole my dog or killed my dog, stole my truck. But Me Neither. It never would have worked out anyway. That one kind of I thought was going to be depressing, but it's actually pretty funny. He's just, saying and doing some shit to some women and like they don't like it. So he's like, it would have never worked out anyway. Peace out. And then The Nervous Breakdown. Apparently, Brad Paisley's got some pretty wicked guitar skills, and it was the country version of Eddie Van Halen.
Eruption.
I mean, it doesn't sound like Eruption, but I mean, he goes to town on the guitar. So I was pretty impressed with that, but that's what it reminded me of. And then Sleeping on the Fold Out was the last one that was,
I'm guessing that was a dispute between significant others.
yeah, just a place in the song, a place he usually gets to because, he's a guy and I'm going to do guy things. And I guess I'm sleeping on the fold out.
Okay.
But it was kind of funny, upbeat as opposed to
All right.
yeah.
Where did Liz and I get this?
I don't know.
Highway Brewing Company, apparently.
Yeah.
Fuck, where I don't because I have a growler from Blocks. Where's in West Branch.
Yeah, Ogama.
Yeah, so I bought that was what part of my flight, and I really liked it, so I got a 4-pack to go.
Nice.
And that's what I'm drinking as in between these tastings. All right, quickly, let's go inside the ropes, Dave. AEW has a premium live event coming up. I think it's called
Night of Champ or
that's WWE.
oh.
All In.
Oh, AEW, sorry.
I was so far behind in AEW, I finally said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to delete everything to the most recent one. I kind of sort of got caught up, and now I'm behind again. WWE Night of Champions is Saturday, June 27th, 1 p.m. from Saudi Arabia. Typically, I like to go over my premium live event picks, as in Chuck. I mean, I don't want to say lives and dies with these picks, but he really looks forward to premium live event picks.
Yeah.
But
who doesn't?
I'm an hour away from finishing last Friday's SmackDown, and I have not even started Monday's 2 p.m. Raw.
Oh.
So I don't even know the match card because I didn't want to get spoilers because, like, for instance, Liv Morgan and Charlotte Flair fought on last Friday SmackDown for the Queen of the Ring at Night of Champions. I don't know who won, so I didn't look up the match card to avoid spoilers. And somber news, folks. If you thought the start of this pod was somber, wait till you hear this little nugget. Unless you have questions regarding wrestling, I may be retiring, unofficially retiring the Let's Go Inside the Ropes segment simply because I think they're at a little bit of a lull until they can get a storyline that captivates the masses. And what I mean by that is, like, for example, Thriller, the Michael Jackson album, it wasn't on the Billboard Top 100 forever. Right. I mean, it was on it a long fucking time and made a gazillion dollars.
Right.
But I don't think it's on the Billboard Top 100 today. And
pretty sure it's not.
WWE was so hot leading into WrestleMania 39 where Cody's going to finish his story, and didn't. Then 40, he's going to finish his story, and did. And then funerals, country music, and wrestling. I'll be right back. I got to get another box of tissue. I thought you'd be celebrating this, Chuck. I kind of sort of put the Go Inside the Rope segment into mothballs.
Yeah.
So, but if you have any questions, because I'm still going to be watching it.
Yeah.
And then when something like, holy shit, Roman Reigns pulled a
rabbit out of his butt.
Literally. I'll share that with the listeners.
Right.
Because I'm still watching it. I'm still enjoying it, but not at the level I was when Let's Go Inside the Rope started.
Right.
So you want to rate
yes.
Fuzzy Logic, Dave? I am going to go 3.80, which I think is extremely high because I don't even like peach that much. So I really like this for being a peach IPA because the peach notes were very subtle.
This has not happened that often. 3.80.
All right. 11,100 check-ins for our friends at Bottle Logic, which is weird because it's a can. Very weird. 11.1 thousand check-ins. Slightly better than us, but on the same zip code, 3.93. And David, while I get to tasting too, why don't you fucking conduct a little business if you would?
Yes, sir, I shall. Oh. Hey, Mike. Oh, never mind. I don't know if I need this anymore, but it's just like a crutch.
Yeah, you
I
fucked it up last week.
Did I?
Yeah, because you even admitted. You said, did I mess it? Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you about the Maple Grill. It's an amazing farm-to-table counter service restaurant and microbrewery offering a rotating selection of the freshest local items available anywhere around and cooked over an open kitchen's wood-fired grill. The Maple Grill not only offers the greatest of local fare, but wood-fired craft beers and seltzers as well. But wait! Before you get into the car, go to their website, themaplegrill.net. That's GRILLE.net. Check out the current menu, see what's on tap, and then get yourself to 13105 Gratiot Road in Hemlock. And when you get there,
tell them Mike and Dave sent ya.
boom.
All right. Well, our second tasting, oddly enough, by the way, Liz purchased all 3 tastings from Horrocks when she was there a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, maybe. We have another from Bottle Logic Brewing. And again, in a can. Very weird. Upside Down. It's a sour, fruited Beerliner Weiss. 5.3, 20 IBUs.
And it's got the Demogorgon.
And tart ale brewed with blackberries and vanilla. You know how it's neither, either.
Let's
Call the whole thing off.
Right.
Are you vanilla? How else do you say vanilla?
I don't know.
Never mind.
Nilla?
I just had a fucking...
Nilla?
I had a stroke. Never mind. I literally had a stroke on the air. By the way, do you think, has Flights Football and anything else reached the levels that we might get an invite to Madison Square Garden for the Swift-Kelsey wedding?
It's got to be close, I would think.
You know, I don't know. Well, although I did stop listening to all of their stuff, so maybe...
It could have been that episode you said, fuck those Kelseys.
It might have been.
Whoops, sorry. But it wasn't necessarily because you disliked their stuff. It was just the fact that, you know, from a dollar perspective, if we're doing it on the Mike Klein scale, is what is our product versus their product, is their product worth that much more?
Absolutely not. Ours is actually even better than their product.
There you go. But you remember, you probably don't know because you didn't like the series. Where's the Demogorgon from?
Stranger Things?
Boom.
Oh. I did say I liked season 1. The rest of it was hogwash to me.
All right.
Or hogwash is Harry Potter, right?
That's Hogwarts.
Okay.
Cheers.
The blackberry jumps off the page.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping the vanilla. Fuck it, never mind. Like I say, it was a stroke. All right, where's the vanilla?
Lot of blackberry, no vanilla. Not yet.
Oh, that's tasty. 5.320. That's damn near lawnmower beer.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of that, did I ever mention to anybody that
That's refreshing.
very refreshing? Have I ever mentioned since May 1st to today, June 24th, that I am sick and fucking tired of cutting grass?
Yes, you have.
Jesus Christ. I've got grass in my fence that would bury Shaquille O'Neal. So anybody out there interested, you want to make $20, it's not much, But by the time I'm done fucking cutting grass, it's like the last thing I'm fucking doing is getting that weed whip out. It's like I don't give a fuck. Because like, and I'm looking at the fence, I'm like, that looks bad. It's like I don't give a fuck. I was out here 2 hours.
Right.
Fuck this. And I go in the house. It's like, so anybody want to make $20 for literally? I bet you if you have a decent weed whip, I bet you're out of the South Studio by.
Yeah.
Not by in 17.4 minutes.
There you go.
That's $1 a minute. Hell, I'll sweeten the pot and make it $25.
There.
And not only that, I'll have Liz Venmo you $25, and you can take all my fucking empties out of the garage because apparently nobody does can drives anymore.
Well,
and I'm not fucking going
No.
through. Take all my fucking cans and weed whip, and I'll give you $25. You'll make all like a bandit.
The Pay It Forward, they have that.
Are we not? We're not plugged in.
Oh, son of a.
Dave's leaving the screen because we got it plugged in. That's the first ever notice. Energy Saver turned on. This extends battery power by limiting background activity and visual effects like smooth scrolling. Oh, shit. And Dave. All right, so, sports. While Dave does that, Dave got here late, and then him and Liz started talking about. Well, Jen, do you have you got to have a weed whip? Come on. Well, I bet you Bill does. So yeah, if Bill shows you how to work it, you're hired. But then Liz and Dave actually got here later than normal than Liz because that's Liz's profession. And Liz and Dave started talking about how Dave's dad was doing with the loss of his wife. So we didn't even get down here. Dave didn't even get down here until about 7:15, which is like about 20 minutes minimum later than normal.
Yeah.
So that's why we had to plug in the battery. And
I forgot.
Jen said it might be too hot, so she's already tapped out. She's done with the weed with it. Jen's not weed whipping. It might be too hot. Sports, baseball. There are a lot of good teams.
Uh-oh.
The Boston Red Sox aren't one of them. Pissed down their leg, lost 2 out of 3 to Colorado, who I thought was the worst team in baseball. But when the worst team in baseball beats you 2 out of 3 times, maybe you're the worst team in baseball. And I always thought I was just a fucking poor sport. Now I may actually be officially a fair weather fan because I'm fucking done watching this dumpster fire of a fucking baseball team try to play baseball because they absolutely suck. And I would like to know what photographs Andrew Bailey has of Craig Breslow, because when everybody was fired, Andrew Bailey stayed on, and Andrew Bailey couldn't manage a pitching staff if his life depended on it, and obviously his life doesn't depend on it because his pitching staff, the bullpen usage is deplorable, and the guy is a fucking moron. And I think they're off tomorrow, and then the New York Yankees come to Fenway, and the Red Sox have the worst home record in baseball. And the Yankees will bludgeon them and bludgeon them and bludgeon them, sweep them 3. And if on Monday morning, every single person isn't fired and fucking traded, episode 342, maybe a live burning of Mike's Boston Red Sox memorabilia in the fire pit that hasn't been used in 2 or 3 years. It's covered with weeds and everything, but we'll get the fire started with all my Boston Red Sox memorabilia and sportswear because this team is an absolute disgrace and an embarrassment to cheer for. Absolutely disgusting. That's my baseball news, and I don't know who has the best. The Dodgers, I think, took the lead on the Braves, and I think the Yankees are number 1, and the Red Sox are not.
Wow.
It could have been.
That was actually very.
It could have been a fuck you segment, but I said, you know what? This team is so shitty they don't even deserve the spotlight of a fuck you segment.
There you go. And that was actually a lot more articulate and under control than I thought it was going to.
Second segment. Right. And then hats off to number 1 kid there. And hats off to me, I think, because 5 years ago, Liz would have came home to a TV that was smashed to bits. They were up 3-0. Fly ball to right field, and Wilyer Abreu fucking dropped it. 5 years ago, Mike, would have smashed everything. I was fucking mad. And my son, my youngest son, 23 years old, who is far and away more mature than I am. I admit that. He said, well, just go in the other room. Then this team has been shitty for 3 months.
Right.
And I'm like, point taken, I'm going to go cut the grass.
There you go. That's fair.
And then they took a 6-2 lead, 6-3 lead, whatever it was, and promptly gave up 5 runs, 2 in the third, 2 in the 7th, 3 in the 8th, or 3 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and lost 8-6. Lost 2 games. They were 30-0 when leading after 8 innings. And Chapman, who hasn't had too many of these, so I'm not going to shit on Aroldis Chapman, because I think in 2 years he has 3 blown saves. One of them was Monday. He threw 8 pitches, gave up 4 hits and 3 runs, and lost the game 3-2. I think somebody was tipping pitches, because it's almost impossible to give up 4 hits on 8 pitches.
Right. Yeah.
So
I mean, if yeah.
I mean, it's not impossible because it happened.
Right.
But
True.
anyway.
Yeah.
And sticking with baseball, College World Series. Oklahoma beat North Carolina 2 out of 3 to win the College World Series.
Yes, they did. All right. Detroit was on a heater. They had won 4 in a row. They beat the New York Yankees in one game, and then went right back to.
It was 5-3 or 4.
Yeah, it was a good game.
5-4,
they didn't get bludgeoned or anything like that.
Scooble's on the bump today. Fish and I have $10 bet. He says Scooble's going to get dealt. I say he's not.
That's okay. That's my question right here, because that's coming up, right? Detroit is only 7.5 games out at this point, and at this point, you could scrap that back to a game or 2, within the next 20 games.
Right.
Especially with the top 2 teams in the AL Central.
Make it
losing what?
Before we get back to baseball, Chuck says make it 35, and I'll take care of the fire pit also. Done. All right, done. Just let me know. Well, hell, you don't even have to let me know. I'll notice the difference with the big 18-inch grass in my fence line. So yeah, 35. That's a bargain.
Yeah.
And it's just the one fence line, and then just a smidge on the other one. Again, 17 minutes. Well, I don't know what you're going to do to the fire pit, but
yeah.
So it might take a few extra minutes. But $35 sold to the highest bidder.
Well, you might, in that kind of case, and not to be too technical, but when you're weed whipping chain link fence and rocks, which is around your fire pit, a lot of times he's going to go through $35 worth of weed whipping stuff.
A, he made the offer, and B, the fire pit, there's not a lot of he doesn't have to weed whip the fire.
You said
pit.
there was grass in there.
It's in the fire pit.
Oh, okay. So you just start a fire.
Yeah, he's probably just going to burn that out.
Okay.
I'm just too lazy to try to start the fire.
Yeah. But with the top 2 teams in the AL Central on a slide.
Well, and Jose Ramirez is out with a hamate bone injury.
Yeah. So at least I like what you're saying. I mean, if they were 14 games out, like the Sox and I don't know, there's a couple other teams that are.
The Sox are done in the division. The hope is the wild card, because I think the entire American League is within 7 games of a wild card.
Yeah. So if
somebody's going to have to floor them with an offer
that they can't refuse,
and then the Dodgers or the Yankees will sign him to his $329 million deal, because his $500 million deal, I think, is out the window because of the surgery. Although he came back.
Yeah.
He hasn't been as Scooble-like, but he's still hitting 97 or so.
Right. Okay.
All right.
NHL real quick. I've got a question.
Yeah.
So the Canes won, obviously.
Yep.
But today in the news, or yesterday in the news, they're talking about expansion, a second team in Texas, either Houston or Austin. So, question, close to home, when that happens, or if it happens, does that help out players like a Victor Mancini?
Well, yeah, because it creates.
I would think
it creates 20 new jobs.
I would think so.
Yes.
Yeah. So some kids that are right there on the bubble of whether they're in the league or not in the league. Now there's more opportunity. Okay, that's good for him then.
Yeah.
Not that I want him necessarily dealt to a new franchise team, just,
But the way they do the expansion drafts, expansion teams aren't like the expansion teams of old, like the Mariners and the Blue Jays of 1979. I mean, like fucking Vegas has already won a cup, and they've only been in the league 5-6 years.
That's true. That's true. Good point.
So,
All right.
what other sports do we have there? Well, if you do all that, I'll even put it to 50, Chuck. But the lawnmower handle, all I got to do is get my lazy ass and take it to the Murray dealer, and supposedly they'll fix it. But I'm just too lazy to drive to Midland or Essexville.
PGA, the U.S. Open. There is a good story, even if you're not a. I mean, if you've ever played golf at all, you might appreciate if you didn't hear what happened.
I know Barry Windham won. I call him Barry Windham because that's an old wrestler.
Wyndham Clark.
All right.
Yeah. He did win, but because of his antics at Oakmont and some of the other trouble that he's been into,
We just lost a viewer. You don't think that means Chuck's on his way over?
he might be on his way over right now.
Well, there's still plenty of lights, I guess.
Especially even the back nine, and if you've heard about the fans on Long Island, and it's long. It seems to be Long Island proper. Anytime they play a one of their golf tournaments on Long Island, the fans they're raucous, but so. For example, Wyndham hits a shot, one bounce on the green into the bunker. People go crazy. They're applauding. They're cheering. It was to the point where some of the pundits were saying that they should never, ever, 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 ever play a tournament on Long Island again, just because it was so bad. But he stuck with it. He did play 3 over on the last. He had a 3 over par 73 on the last day. He still won by a stroke.
And he was under par, and that's the first time I think at that course, Shinnecock.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time in like 3 times that the winner was under par.
Yeah, no, it's a bitch. I mean, it's a really, if you look at it, a lot of the guys towards the bottom that made the cut were 13 over. I mean, we're, shooting scores that I couldn't shoot that score. I could probably shoot that score at Shinnecock from the white tees, but they're playing 100 yards back. But yeah, no, it's really tough. And then, this weekend, the Travelers Championship, all the big dogs are playing there too. It must be one of those. There's a few tournaments that they have categorized that have more cut points to them to try to get them to play there. Right. They put higher purses and more incentives as far as the FedEx Cup points. So 2 weekends in a row.
Scheffler?
He just kind of faltered, and he didn't play horrible. I think he shot +1. Yeah, he shot 1 over par and ended up even for the tournament, which ended up top 10 still. Yeah.
So he's not going to have to go on welfare or nothing.
No, but you would think with Wyndham and Scheffler in the last round, everybody was hoping it would be a dogfight down to the finish, but it was basically a golf tournament of attrition. Who was going to screw up the least? Which I don't know. Anybody out there, I like watching the professionals struggle. And look like, or at least seemingly look like, the troubles that we have.
Sure.
Even though the conditions are, way harder than anything we're going to play around here.
Right. NASCAR?
Yep.
What happened to SVG on a road course last week? Did he get in a wreck?
I have no idea.
I didn't see any of that because I'm not Mr. Road Course. I think road courses are boring. And NASCAR has another one at Sonoma this week. It's my pick. Unlike that one fuck you that I gave to all the NASCAR members, I'm not holding them hostage here. There was just so many messages about stuff that I didn't even know what people were talking about.
Right.
That the picks got lost in the shuffle.
A lot of banter. When there's a lot of banter in
I didn't know I was up, but I know SVG's gone, Zilich is gone, Larson is gone. So
right. A lot of the road course guys.
When you're doing your business after we finish here, I'll get in there and I'll make my pick. But Sonoma, another race I will not watch because it's just, to me, there's skill involved because you got to do, a lot of shifting, a lot of left, right turns.
Right. Yeah.
It's not for me.
Right. I got you.
We finishing with a little World Cup.
Yes, we are.
Did Scotland come back against Brazil today? Do you know? They were down 2-0 at half.
Here you go. I printed that out, but that's current today.
Yeah, but that game.
Oh, that game was in progress. All right.
But
So I'll talk a little bit while you're trying to figure that out. I didn't realize with this World Cup stuff and in professional soccer in general, the whole if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough. Did you know this with drones and
3-0 Scotland lost the Tartan Army. They're good for baseball part. They fucking put 8,000 extra into Miami, and they fucking drank Boston Sam Adams out of the Sam Adams lager at their flagship station that Nick and I actually went to the day we flew out of Boston when we went to see Boston and Tampa.
like drank them dry?
Yeah, they ran them out of Boston Lager.
Holy shit. So you ran Boston Lager out of Boston Lager.
Yes.
Holy shit. Going back to just a lot of stories about, I guess it's actually part of the culture with professional soccer, not only World Cup, but the Premier Leagues, the spying, the spying, not necessarily cheating, but yeah, cheating and spying. It's everywhere, I think. Would you say like in the NFL, like all the teams are trying to spy and cheat and try to figure out?
You got to get an edge.
Okay. All right.
My question, though, and number one, the times of the games, and Marcus said we're going to go see a match on the pitch in Detroit.
Yep.
And that'll be fun. Have some beers.
Sure.
Cheer for whatever the local team is.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't hurt that the Red Sox suck hind tit. And the times of these games, there's a lot of games that are like, they're 3:00 in the afternoon. All right, I'll flip that on. I'll watch it. My big question, though, is, okay, so it's every 4 years, right?
Yeah.
How in the fuck has Ronaldo played in 7 of them?
I thought it was 6.
This is his 7th World Cup, I believe, and he scored in 7 or whatever. So every 4 years, 7 times 4 is 28.
No,
he
it's
had
got
to be at least 15 when he started. So is Ronaldo 43? And that's if
he's in his 40s.
And then the other one is
he is in his 40s.
So Messi scored 2 goals in Argentina's second game to give him 18 World Cup goals, which is a record. And this cat from fucking France has 16, and he's played in 1? Or I'm sorry, this is his 2nd or 3rd. He's way younger than Messi, this cat from France.
Yeah. No. Mumbai.
Yeah. So
Mbappe.
So he actually should obliterate Messi's record.
One would think. I don't know how old he is. I can't remember.
It's only his second or third World Cup.
I think it's his 3rd. If I remember right.
I'm certain that the email I get is World Cup 7. So the other guy has played in 7.
Yeah.
So
Ronaldo?
Yeah.
He may, and if he started, I think that lines up.
Ronaldo can't hold Messi's jock.
I think Ronaldo. I think it's 41. If I read.
I do like the Norwegian guy though. He for the what is it? The
Holland.
The golden
HAA. Yeah.
Messi has 5, Holland has 4, and then the French cat has 4.
Yeah. Kylian Mbappe.
I'm still cheering for Norway. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Although I did pick Argentina. And now, again, so if me, you, and Marcus go to that Detroit football club or whatever, that'll be fun. I don't see myself watching a Manchester U game in the Premier League on a Thursday in February or whenever they play.
Oh, right.
I mean, this is the World Cup. And it's been more entertaining than I was anticipating.
Good. Yeah.
So.
And we're learning a few things too. How many yellow cards does a player get before
2, isn't it?
2 in a game?
Yeah.
And I don't know what I've got here and what I looked up didn't say it stays on their record that they get a yellow card, but I don't know if they get a second yellow card in a different game because a yellow card is a caution. It's a warning. I don't think if you get your second yellow card in a different game within the World Cup, I don't think you're suspended at that point.
That I don't know. And my other gripe with the hydration break,
Yeah.
those minutes are added on to extended time.
They are?
Yes.
Oh, when they're scheduled in? So you're automatically have
so it's
extended
so
time.
wait a second, you're playing longer, so what the fucking good did the water break do? And if Marcus will correct me if I'm wrong on
Yeah.
that, but I know they said, well, the 3 minutes, we have 3 minutes plus the 3-minute hydration break, so we have 6 extended minutes. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to extend the game anyway, what the fuck is the point of the water break?
Well, they probably still thought they needed the water break because of the 90 minutes or 45 minutes that they're playing.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't know.
I still don't
Just
know all the
figuring it out.
rules. The
Yeah.
offside's a little. I think the offside's a little sketch myself, but
It's the same offside rule as hockey,
I don't like it though.
but it's the same as hockey.
You never see any breakaways like you do in hockey, so that's why hockey needs.
Yeah, I just yeah. Well, you do see them, but not as often.
Yeah.
I think maybe because the space is.
And Marcus and I are both in agreement that Messi deliberately shanked his free kick because he didn't want the fucking record breaker to be a free kick. So he kind of like whiffed it and then promptly scored 2 more goals to break
Yeah.
it. And, so
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, we can't prove that, but
No.
it makes sense,
It does make sense.
So go Argentina, go. If the U.S. doesn't win.
There. All right. I do one thing, and I don't know if you saw it. NFL. So they're not going to have a supplemental draft, and we talked about the Sorsby kid.
For him, yeah, he can't do it, but he can still enter the regular draft.
He can, but he's got to sit and wait now because he can't play college football anymore.
And kudos to the NCAA because a couple of teams said, look, we're not fucking playing this team. If this guy's fucking betting on game, we're not going to play this team. So they quickly said, you know what, fuck this guy. He can't fucking play.
Right.
And how can you play when you fucking have been, I bet on the team. Now, the only thing is, I'm wondering what was the bet he
Who's
made?
Pete Rose?
What was the bet he made? I actually think if I'm betting on a game and you're playing on the team I'm betting on, you fucking better be betting on the game too, because if you're betting to win, I feel confident betting on your team because I know you're trying to win. I know you can't bet on your teams, but I'm just saying, what was this kid betting? Like, hey, I play for Indiana, and this was before Indiana was good, and we suck, so I'm going to bet on Michigan to beat us by 100. Okay, well, then that's wrong, and he should have been expelled and kicked out.
Right.
But it's good that the NCAA said, not on my watch. The NFL said, no, you ain't doing a fucking supplemental draft. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
I never even heard of this guy.
Right. All right. We ready to rate?
Yes.
This is one of the best sours I can remember in a while. I'm going to go
Tart, but not over the top.
not over the top. Not like a Ouzel Finch.
Yeah, I think they might be out of business because we haven't seen it. Anyway, go on.
I got to go 3.9.
Look at Dave and I fucking shining. I went 3.92.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
What say the untapped crowd?
tart, but not overly tart, like where you
No,
pocket.
right.
Vanilla was, I don't know where the vanilla
Yeah,
was,
I
but
don't know.
3.5 thousand people, again, right along with us, 4.07. And I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to split hairs with them on that.
Hell no. You know who else I'm not splitting hairs with?
Who's that, Dave?
The Grand Central Sports Bar and Grill. The Grand Central Sports Bar and Grill is a family-friendly sports bar with delicious food and a drink menu to please everyone. Looking for some fun on a weekday night?
Who isn't?
Right? The Grand Central is the place to be. On Trivia Mondays, Comedy Tuesdays, Wild Wing Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, Fish Day Fridays, and Sassy Saturdays, and Sunday fun days. Sorry, I almost messed that one up. With drink specials every day. The Grand Central is located at 3504 State Street in Saginaw. And you can check out the menu on their Facebook page, the Grand Central Sports Bar and Grill. It's always a good time, Mike, at Saginaw's hometown sports bar, the Grand Central Sports Bar and Grill. And when you get there,
Tell them Mike and Dave sent you.
yes, sir.
I won't have the cheater lens on it, but I might start wearing these Charlie Sheen type lenses out in public.
Yeah,
I think
do it.
I look good.
Yeah. 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 At least, I don't know if it actually brings your IQ up at all, but it looks like it does.
No, it makes me look
Sophisticated.
No, it dunsifies me.
What?
You look at that fucking. These are nerdy brains. So they'll be like, look at that dunce. All right, our third and final tasting is Killer Bee, an American IPA from Two Bandit Brewing Company, which is a brew hub in Hicksville, Ohio. We've combined local goldenrod honey and fresh orange zest to create one ultra smooth brew. With wonderful caramel, tomato, warmth up front, and a crispy citrus finish, this craft beer will appeal to your taste buds whether you love IPAs or loathe them. One sip, and you'll see what the buzz is all about. Fuck, that was supposed to be the rim shot. Fuck me. Well, I'm an idiot for playing the wrong button. So anyway, Killer Bee, 7.1, 68 IBUs. So all three tastings tonight honored the IBU category. But I better switch glasses so I don't mix and match. I'm going not a big deal.
Broken Bat, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
From the Drew Carey collection. Excellent. Yes. Drew Carey, yes. I liked him.
Just saw him on The Price is Right today with my dad at his treatment. Drew Carey, that is. All right. Love the can.
Yeah, it's cool.
Cheers.
Ooh, that's different.
Nothing really on the notes, but that's probably because of the honey. I'm not smelling any IPA.
On the taste, you get and it's the orange zest and the IPA.
Oh yeah, that's got a little zip.
Chuck, work-related question. Is ESTA limited to the 72 hours, or is ESTA, like, if you had, like, someone like yourself with, what do you have, like 2,242 PTO hours? Could you use those all as ESTA, or is ESTA limited to 72? And no, I have nobody approaching 72. I just somehow randomly thought of that question. So I'll wait for your response.
Yes.
Where are we going, Dave? Segment 3.
Yeah, you want to finish the sentence?
Yeah, I do. Sure.
All right.
Bring it.
It's not over till it's over.
Ooh, 72 hours only. So I'll have to. Well, so 72 divided by 8, because all my guys are 8-hour employees. 72 divided by 8 is 9 days. Nobody's even remotely close to 9 days, and we're in June, so I don't think it'll be an issue. But some people literally have 26 or more PTO days and don't do a good job of
managing them.
No, submitting.
Submitting for them.
So they might think they have that many days of ESTA, but it's only 72. So that's good to know. So in a couple, I'll have to for a couple I'll have to start saying, hey, you're down to. I know you got a lot of PTO def, but you're down to only one ESTA day.
There you go.
Anyway, finish this sentence. Thanks, Charles.
All right. It's not over till it's over. Oklahoma baseball.
Because they won the College World Series and they were 12th out of 13 teams in the SEC.
So, yeah, you're right along those same lines. They lost 7 out of their last 10 regular season games. They lost in the second round, I think, or they lost their second game of the SEC tournament.
Might have been their first game.
Might have been the first game.
I'm not going to fight you on it, but it might have been their first game. But yep.
And faced elimination 3 times in their regional.
And the only reason I'm so up on this is because that was almost my either or. It was like, did they really even deserve to be in Omaha? because they were
Right.
they were 12th or 13th. They had a losing record in the conference and were very low in the standings in the SEC. And it's like, all right, well, this is almost like a participation award. Like everybody gets a trophy,
Right.
And here they go on to fucking win the thing.
They just
So-
their pitching and hitting just took off. All right, next one. Who wants another NCAA national championship?
But the NBA calls, so I'm fucking gonna go where the money is.
You can't. So I've got
That was almost another either or.
I've got a text thread with my MSU alumni buddies, that I lived with, and I'm telling you what, it exploded when that news hit, because we were all admitting. I mean, we know that Tom Izzo's at the end of his tenure, and here comes Dusty May. And he seems to really have his shit together, knows how to recruit, knows how to coach, seems to have the demeanor. And we're like, oh, damn it. Like, this guy's going to be around for a while. What the hell are we going to do? And then he's not. So there was a little bit of celebration, a lot of memes.
What do you think is? I don't want to say easier. I mean, they all have their idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
leave it at that.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Going college to pro, I think, is tougher than going pro to college.
Here's what I understand from the news I've seen and what I've read. The college coaches are getting so sick of NIL and the difference in the recruiting process.
As am I.
Right. That, in terms of, the NBA coach doesn't have to like go and recruit and, and go and kiss babies and shake hands and go to people's houses and, and they're like, the college coaches are like a politician. A lot of the college coaches, especially like in football, they have their own jet. The school has their own private G6 that this coach is, like Alabama, some of these SEC schools. That was one of the reasons supposedly that, God, I'm having a brain fart. Must be the beer. From Alabama, former coach.
Nick
Saban, why he left MSU, because he said, if you want me to be an effective coach, if you want me to build this program to a top tier program, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. I need to be able to recruit all over the country at any point in time. And, the trustees were like, no, we're not going to do that. That's way too much money. And okay. So he said, deuces, I'm out, and then went to LSU and then Alabama and then did his things there. So from a standpoint of recruiting players and, the prima donnas, and now I have this great team and these great players, and now they leave because now they think they can get more NIL money somewhere else, is just driving a lot of them crazy. So that is the reason. And even Tom Izzo has said, if it weren't my commitment and my devotion to this university and to these kids and in the time that I've had here, and I'm paraphrasing, if he was in his first 10 years and this was happening, he'd really seriously consider either, going pro or getting out of it, because it's driving him crazy.
Well, you heard it here on June 24th, episode 341. Dusty May is going to be more Rick Carlisle than he is Nick Saban. Rick Carlisle was very successful, built UMass up, and then went to the New Jersey Nets and absolutely
Right.
And then went back to college and now has success. I do not think Dusty May is going to be able to reach professional players.
Right. A la Rick Pitino. Didn't Pitino try it?
I think it was
as well.
Was it Pitino or Carlisle? Maybe Pitino was in the NBA. I don't know. But
right.
If he did go, if both Ricks went to Carlisle and Pitino, I think one is.
I think you're right on Carlisle. Yeah, but I think quite a few coaches.
I don't think Pitino. The Ohio State guy who grabbed asses, Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Different sport, but he went college to pro.
Yeah.
I think it's a tougher jump.
Mindset, and getting and grabbing a hold of somebody and getting inside their head a little bit and getting them pushing the buttons to get them to get motivated. Yeah, I would imagine it's completely different.
Right. So,
yeah.
All right.
I agree. I hope he stays in the pros, though. And that's a compliment coming from a state guy.
Yep.
All right, next one. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Linda Cohn.
Farewell and adieu, my fair Spanish lady. Was never a big fan, but she was at ESPN for 30-some years and hung her up.
Yep.
So
good for her.
And if she should hang him up in 30-some years, I should too.
Right. Well, I think she was probably making a few more bucks than you were.
No, she's making a lot more bucks than I am, but I was better at what I do than she is.
Well, that's true. But she could afford to retire as opposed to.
I'm good at what I do.
You
I
are.
still have to fucking keep working. She sucked and retired.
All right. Last one.
Yeah.
This one has to do with, those were sports. This one has to do with entertainment. Would Homer, finish that sentence.
Would Homer, so we're at The Simpsons.
Mm-mm.
Would Homer be able to survive I think I was 3 for 3.
Yeah, you were.
I have
You
no
were.
idea where you're going to this.
All right. Homer, who wrote the poem The Odyssey, the Greek poem The Odyssey.
Oh, okay, that Homer.
Yeah, that Homer. Different
Iliad.
Homer. Yeah.
The Iliad, right?
Well, the Odyssey.
Okay.
Would he like Christopher Nolan's adaptation to his 3,000-year-old epic poem? And the movie comes out, I think it's this week. So they're redoing.
I think that would send him into schizophrenia because he wouldn't know what to do with the way the movie's portrayed, because back when he wrote it, this would be mind-boggling to him. So
You think so? With all the,
he would go mad.
those things are real?
Yeah, he'd go mad.
Okay. All right. I just, being a history guy, and that is somewhat historical, I didn't know if that would be of any history.
Literature, though, right?
Well, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't a literature.
Yeah, and I don't know if Cyclopses usually, existed, but you didn't believe in dinosaurs or planets either. So that's it for finish this sentence.
All right. That's what I was waiting for. I think I'm at 41, 31, and 1, right?
You are correct. That's 56.2%.
41, 31, and 1. All right, let me write that down. Going in 41, 31. All right, bring it. This should be in the 70s, right?
86.
Oh, we're still got some 80s left.
Got a couple of 80s left.
All right.
Ready?
I'm ready.
There's a good chance you're going to get this. Attica.
Dog Day Afternoon, Al Pacino, 1976.
5.
Fuck!
Yep. And so for those of you that never saw the movie, 3 amateur robbers plan to rob a Brooklyn bank, but everything under the sun goes wrong. And so the quote comes from when he comes out and the police are all there and the snipers are all there. And Pacino, his character, I can't remember the name of his character, he references the 1971 uprising at Attica Prison in New York just because of the police brutality. And, they got all of these cops pointing guns at him and whatnot. But he's screaming Attica. And it seemed to be a quote that, sparked something. And he never won. I don't think he won. I don't even know if he was nominated for an Academy Award in that movie. And I read a lot of things where people were saying it was absolutely ridiculous that he didn't get a nomination. And I don't even think he did not earn an Academy Award in the 70s for all of his efforts.
Thanks, Chuck. I literally remember watching that. I think that was an HBO movie. I'd have been like 8 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would have been 8 in 75. I don't know if I saw it in 75. And I even liked it. Pacino really shows his acting chops in there because he's the bad guy, right?
Well,
But as
yeah.
as you watch the movie, it's almost like he's like, "Fuck, I don't really want to hurt these fucking people.
I just wanted to rob a
Yeah,
bank.
I just wanted to rob a bank, and now these fucking people are fucking with me."
Yeah.
And it's like so, but very good movie. And in my haste, I almost fucking shouted out Scarface. That would have been an epic fail.
That would have been an epic fail. Now, there is a movie coming out that I saw the previews for. It's called How to Rob a Bank. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to that. I'm going off of memory, but How to Rob a Bank. And it's got Pete Davidson in it. And a couple.
Comedian?
Yes.
I said that in jest.
No, it's Pete Davidson.
All right.
And watch the previews. Look for it, because this is one I thought, you know what? Mike and I should go watch this. This actually looks like a really good movie. And when I had this quote on here, it reminded me to say something about the movie, but it's about how to rob a bank.
All right. 42, 31, and 1. Math guy here. That's 74. I got 26. I have to go 8 and 18. And that will put me at 50, 49, and 1.
Yeah.
I got to go 8 and 18.
You'll go.
When I said I was going to be 30% coming out of it.
I know for a fact you're going to at least get 4 out of those 8 guaranteed. Book it. But some of those in the top are kind of contemporary, and some of them are a little sci-fi. So
yeah, I don't expect to get them all, but I'm just curious. There's a couple movies that I'm like, all right. So, again, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That's got to be something, if not number 1 in the top 10, and then that's Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind, and then
Yep.
you got the Casablanca line, which is another top 10. Or did it get, like, for other movies, does it get pushed to like 10 or 11? But yeah, so those two, and then I'm really just hoping that like Rosebud is a top 100 line, because I'm going to give out a spoiler, because the movie's like 100 years old, so I'm going to fucking spoil that motherfucker for everybody. So, but yeah, so
Okay. Good for you.
do we have any? Do we go to the next week? Do we go to the 70s, or is there still another 80?
Do you want that answer right now?
Yeah, just curious. I mean, because there's only 20.
81.
God, this is the third straight 80s. So there was a drought in the 80s.
Yeah.
80s being numbers 1 through 100, folks, not 80s being 80s movies.
Not the movies. Yeah, right.
All right, we bought a little time with Next One to Die in segment 1.
Yep.
So my either or is a little bit weak, and I was going to shit can it if we were running late. That's some good company. Or Now Who's the Boss? Both sports related.
Yeah.
Neither great. That's why I was willing to shit can it, but we made up some time.
Well, Now Who's the Boss sounds a little more controversial, so I'll go with that.
All right, so college sports in football, the SEC was kind of like the big boy on the block.
Mm-hmm.
Well, lately in the new playoff format, the Big Ten's kind of fucking like
Flexing a little muscle.
elbowed its way to the front of the class.
Yeah.
Well, as we mentioned, Oklahoma from the SEC, because they're not really an SEC school, but they're in the SEC, won the College World Series.
Mm-hmm.
That makes the SEC, they were the only conference to win 6 straight College World Series. Well, now they're the only conference to win the 7th straight College World Series. So the 26, 25, 24, blah, 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 blah. The last 7 College World Series champions have all come from the SEC. So the SEC is telling the Big Ten, well, you may have football, motherfucker, but we have baseball.
That's right. And basketball. Didn't Michigan win the? Yeah.
Yeah, the SEC blows ass in basketball.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say they blow ass, but they're
because Kentucky, they're SEC, right? They're not ACC. Kentucky is SEC. Duke, Carolina are ACC.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so Kentucky would say, we don't blow ass.
Well, and you have Auburn wasn't that bad. Alabama wasn't. They were pretty good. Georgia, not so much. No.
They were all right. But.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right.
You got a FU? You kind of.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just have one.
Okay.
Nowhere near the vitriol of my Red Sox earlier.
Yeah.
That's a fucking $5
That was.
Yeah, come on.
I'll give you that.
In the third segment.
I'll give you $7 for that
Chuck's
one.
going to have to give me $10 back of that $35. Cutting the grass today. Fuck you to the person that let their dog shit in my yard. Dogs are animals. They shit. I get it. Because Ruby is shitting other people's yards.
Yeah.
You know what the only difference is? I've got a fucking bag. I put my hand in, pick it up, done.
Yep.
So, now, your dog pees in my yard. I don't expect you to fucking pick up the pee. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Fucking 5
Mat it up.
fucking bombs.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were monsters. I think it's the guy who lets his dog run while he rides his bike. And the big German
Oh, he's
Shepherd
not
just-
getting off that bike to pick up shit.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And him and I fucking wave, talk.
Yeah.
But it's like, come on. Dogs are dogs. I get it. I have no issues with that.
No. Pick up your dog's shit.
Oh, yeah. So that's my fuck you. So, yeah, your dog shits in my yard, pick it up. That's all I'm asking. Because when Ruby shits in your yard, I pick it up. Not a fuck you related. What are your thoughts? Why in the fuck is there going to be a fence on the rail trail? That has to be.
I think it's for lighting. There's no way that those
They're
posts.
73 steps apart.
They are.
I've actually, because every one of those posts are at the numbers.
Right, but that's too far apart for fencing.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. No, it's going to be lighting
I'm not
for night walking.
All right. Well, that makes it a little more simple.
Yeah.
But that's got to be more costly than a fence.
No. Unless they're running conduit, which I don't think they're going to, I think it's going to be solar. They're just going to plop a solar light on top of those posts.
Because those posts coincided with the numbers spray painted like last fall,
Okay.
which by my count
Yeah.
are like 72 to 73 steps apart.
Yep.
And yes, I did count them.
I know.
Anyway,
Oh, I know.
you have an FU?
I do not. Nope. I don't.
All right.
Yep.
I think it's time right there. You know what? This is,
Interesting.
and it's weird because if you have these 3 beers at the South Studio, I don't think, because human shit is different than dog shit. This looked like animal feces. But valid point, Chuck. Because I rescinded if the guy got off his bike, shit in my yard, and then followed his dog. Then I'm going to, hey, you got me, buddy. And he'll be the FFAP listener of the week.
Right.
So I come over to the South Studio tomorrow, and you have Fuzzy Logic, Upside Down, and Killer B as the options.
Yep.
I'm going to select Killer B. Because it's got the most like aggressive profile where it's like I'm a little bit mad at you and I want to fucking punch the wall.
Okay.
Compared to the other two.
Yeah.
But I'm rating it lower than the other two. I'm going to go 3.70. And it's just, if depending on your mood, I think this one is something you drink if you just want to punch something. So I would choose this at your house, but it is my lowest rated of the night. I went 3.70.
And I went 3.75.
All right, so man, me and you.
No, I didn't
you were lockstep.
We are, but I didn't have all the anger stuff associated with it.
3 of these and you're going to be angry. I
Think so?
guarantee. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
934 people, but it is a brew hub in Hicksville, Ohio. So 934 check-ins. The first of the three that is actually lower than us, but yet again, rate with us 3.68.
By 200ths.
Yes.
Okay. No, we're good.
Yeah, they were locked
Yeah,
up.
we're yeah, for sure.
You don't feel any animosity with it? This is like just like mean spirited. It's like, I fucking hate you.
I mean, you got somewhat of a point. I mean, it's got it has an edge.
I guess it's just the mood.
It has
you're
an
going.
edge to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yeah.
a little like fuck you, a little aggressive.
Yeah.
So
Here, let me try some more.
Yes.
Finish that off.
double cheers. All right. Well, anyway, folks, thanks everybody. Thank you, everybody. I tend to fucking back away from the mic, but fuck it.
You're just relaxed.
Yes, we got to come up with a Mount Rushmore.
Yes, we do. We'll maybe that'll be the new thing after the stump mic is over.
All right. So we have to think of a Mount Rushmore category. Mount Rushmore of Red Sox wins.
Yeah.
There would be none this year. So fuck them. Anyway, thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Like us on Facebook, and we're actually fucking.
Yeah.
I think Marcus's World Cup following has really helped us. So thanks everybody for subscribing on Facebook.
Yep.
Subscribe on YouTube. Like,
Please.
share, tweet, retweet.
We
Stand on your head. Fast forward, reverse, this, that, and the other. What were you going to say, Dave? Before
we have two notifications on X, so check that out when we get off air.
Oh, okay. Do we really? All right.
Yeah.
Good night, fellas. All right, Chuck. Good night. But anyway, folks, as I look down the bottom of my glass, I can see I'm out of beer. And as the late, great Stuart Scott would say, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the heck up out of here.
Oh, I'm late on it. Let's see if it works.
So, anyway.